Every empire has its shadow. Every heart carries a secret storm. Humanity is not only the builder of cities, the singer of hymns, and the seeker of truth, but also the destroyer, the betrayer, the hand that holds the torch as well as the sword. This is the story of the dark side of humanity, the part we fear to face, yet cannot deny. From the beginning, myths warned us of the shadow that dwells within. Cain and Abel, the first brother, became the first murderer. Pandora's box, curiosity unleashed suffering upon the world. Gilgamesh, the king who sought immortality but crushed his people beneath pride. These stories remind us, the enemy is not always outside the walls. Sometimes it lives in us. Humanity's shadow has taken many forms throughout history. Greed that consumes lands and leaves deserts behind. War that turns brothers into enemies. Hatred that blinds reason and devours mercy. Ambition that topples empires and poisons kings. The same hands that wrote poetry also built gallows. The same minds that cured sickness also forged weapons of fire. The darkness did not fall from the sky. It rose from our choices, our fears, our dreams of power. But why does the darkness exist? To answer that question, we must look into the abyss and risk losing ourselves in it. Because the dark side of humanity is not just chaos, it is a mirror. Without darkness, we would not know light. Without cruelty, compassion would have no meaning. Without war, peace would not be treasured. The shadow follows us because it was born with us. It is the flip side of our nature, the consequence of our freedom, the price we pay for intelligence. Philosophers, prophets, and sages all wrestled with this truth. Plato spoke of the cave where illusions deceive. The Bible says the heart is deceitful above all things. Jung taught that the shadow self must be faced, not denied. We cannot escape the shadow because it is part of us. And to pretend otherwise is to invite disaster, for what is totalitarianism but the denial of the darkness within? The refusal to admit that angels and demons dance on the same tightrope that connects heaven and hell. The dark side of humanity is not a weakness to be ashamed of. It is a challenge to be met, a test of character. We are not gods. We are not angels. We are human. And in our humanity lies both peril and possibility. So how do we overcome the shadow? Not by denying it, but by acknowledging it. Not by pretending to be perfect, but by striving to be better. Through justice, we can temper cruelty. Through wisdom, we can guide ambition. Through love, we can silence hatred. Through memory, we can keep the tragedies of history from repeating. The shadow is always there, but so is the light. The question is, which will we choose to feed? The choice is ours. The responsibility is ours. For every dark chapter in the book of humanity, there is also a story of courage, kindness, and hope. The firefighters who ran into the burning towers, the doctors who raced into the plague-ridden ships, The protesters who marched for justice in the face of violence, the students who chose to read books under the shadow of the dictators. We live in an age of darkness, yes, but also an age of enlightenment. We know more about the universe and ourselves than all the generations that came before us. We have unlocked the secrets of life and death. We have split the atom and mapped the human genome. We can connect with anyone, anywhere in an instant, and access the sum of human knowledge with a few taps of a finger. Yet we still fear the dark, we still turn on each other, we still wage wars and spread hate and commit atrocities in the name of all kinds of gods and causes. The dark side of humanity is not a curse. It is a warning, a compass, and perhaps even a teacher. Every generation stands at the crossroads between creation and destruction, between mercy and cruelty, between love and fear. The story of humanity's darkness is not finished because we are still writing it, and the pen, as they say, is mightier than the sword. So let us wield it wisely, for the sake of the light that shines in the darkness, and that darkness understands not